Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to my 3 Takeaways episode from the Jim Owen interview this past Monday. I hope you guys really enjoyed his perspective. I mean, the guy's 78 years old, so just right off the bat, he's already had like 3 lifetimes on me, so he's seen so much more, and he's had like 3 phases of his professional career where he spent 35 years in the investment world and the finance industry, but then later on in life, he really found his true passion and his true calling after he wrote his book called Cowboy Ethics, Code of the West. And then he spent the decade of his 60s, which is just crazy to me, but his decade of his 60s giving over 300 speeches across the entire country to people of all ages, kind of giving the message of his book. And then after that, literally his 70th birthday, he woke up, looked at himself in the mirror and was like, something's got to change. He was like, I need to be more fit and healthier if I want to continue to live the way I want to live later on in my life. And that is going to kind of bring me right into my 3 takeaways. Number 1 is it's never too late. I mean, like I just said, Jim had his 70th birthday and he realized how unfit he was. He had never really spent too much of his life doing too much exercise because he never really had to. But then his 70th birthday, he realized, I need to do something about this. And then 8 years later, now he can confidently say that he is in the best shape of his entire life. He's down to his high school weight, which is super impressive. But the lesson is you've never gone too far down the wrong path, because I think a lot of us really feel that way, that we've gone too far down the wrong path and it's going to be so hard to get our way out of that. I mean, there's a lot of different relevancies to that. Maybe we are overweight. Maybe you committed a crime. Maybe you have a ruined relationship. But I promise you, if you're focused and committed to digging yourself out of that hole, you can start taking small steps in order to do so. But it's about that focus and commitment. And those small steps really takes me into takeaway number 2, which is Just Move. Just Move is the title of his 3rd book, of his most recent book about functional fitness. Because guys, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start in order to be great. I think a lot of us, if we want to have a better life or we want to become more fit or more successful, we have this grandiose idea or this great idea that we're going to start waking up at 6 a.m., reading 30 minutes a day, working out 5 times a week, eliminating sweets from our diet, all these things all at the same time. But I mean, as you know, that just sounds absolutely ridiculous, but we do that to ourselves. We have these big ideas that we need to change all of these things when the reality of the situation is if we just changed one of those things and we're consistent with that over time, the power of consistency would really kick in. So it's about picking one small thing, mastering the art of showing up for that particular habit before you try to optimize it. So let's take reading, for instance. If you do not read at all, but you want to read a little bit more, don't start thinking that you're going to read an hour a day every single day, right? You're not going to go from 0 to an hour every day just like that and think that and be able to stick with it over a long period of time. So if you just took that thing and you dialed it down to just reading 10 pages a day, right? If you did 10 pages a day throughout the entire year, I mean, that's 3,650 pages a year. That's 12 300-page books. I mean, the power of consistency shows up there, and we need to really believe in what consistency does for us and the compounding effect of it. And I don't think we really do believe that, but there are so many instances in everyday life where it shows up that we do believe in it. Think about brushing your teeth. You're not just going to brush your teeth once and expect to have clean teeth or a healthy mouth, right? You have to do 2 minutes a day, twice a day over a long period of time, and then you're going to have good-looking teeth. About working out, you can't just expect to work out one time and expect to build muscle or expect to lose weight, whatever your goal is. You've got to do it over a long, extended period of time. So believe in the power of consistency. Start small, pick that one thing, and do it over a long period of time and see the compounding effects in the result. Number 3 is going to be discover yourself. I think that one of the most important qualities or attributes that we can attain and acquire in order to become closer to the best version of ourselves is self-awareness. If we can be just a little bit more aware of ourselves and what makes us come alive, then that's going to lead us closer down the right path. I think a lot of times we work towards other people's passions and other people's goals because we define success as other people define it. A lot of times we look at somebody that we admire and we see that all the money that they have, the fame that they have, the success that they have, and we think we want that. So we think we have to do exactly what they have to do. But they had a particular passion and dream that they chased that was unique to them. So we have to find what's unique to us and stay down that path. I think that it just all comes from taking every piece of advice that you get with a grain of salt because everybody has their own unique individual story. And it's just really being aware of your everyday experiences and feeling what makes you come alive. Here's a great quote that I like. Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive and go do that. because what the world needs is people who have come alive. So again, guys, my 3 takeaways. Number 1 is it's never too late. If you think you've gone down too far down the wrong path, I promise you, if you start taking small habits, if you're focused and committed to it, you can start taking small steps to dig yourself out of that hole. Number 2, just move. Pick one small thing, one habit. Don't have this grandiose idea that you're going to start doing all these things at one time. Pick one small thing and master the art of showing up for that before you try to optimize it. Number 3 is discover yourself. Self-awareness is so important in order to be closer to the best version of yourself. So figure out what makes you come alive and go do that. Don't follow somebody else's passion or somebody else's dream, and don't define success as somebody else defines it. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this Jim Owen episode. If you haven't listened to it yet, go back and listen to it. He has so much great perspective because of really how many different industries that he's been in and how much that he's done, the books that he's written, and all that good stuff. So I hope you guys have a phenomenal rest of your day, and I hope to hear from you soon.